18th of March 2020. This was the date when the company's stock hit a low of 372. On 1st of May, the company's CEO himself said that our stock seems to be overpriced. Yesterday, the stock hit a high of 1,793, almost 1,800, but it closed at 1,497. Well, if you have heard me carefully, I'm neither using rupees nor dollars. So, am I talking about an Indian company or a foreign company? Hi guys, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to another special Wednesday lecture. Why is it special? This is the first time that we are covering not an Indian company, but we are going to cover a foreign company, an American company which is based in Palo Alto, California. Has got nothing to do with our Alto, okay, but it's based in California. What does the company deal in? Company deals in electrical vehicle manufacturing, battery energy storage, and solar panel and solar roof tile manufacturing. Wow, what a range! From electrical vehicles to solar panels. Some people might have guessed it right. I'm talking about Tesla Incorporated, Tesla Inc. Okay, now what is this Inc? In India, it is mandatory that we put the suffix limited for any public limited company. Similarly, in USA, it is mandatory to write words incorporated or INC after the name of the company as a suffix. Okay, so Tesla originally, which was known as Tesla Motors, is now called as Tesla Inc. Okay, they have renamed the company. You might be wondering that if I'm talking about electrical vehicle manufacturing, what's the big deal? Like we do talk about electrical vehicles in India right now. So what's the big deal? People, in 2008, it's like almost 12 years ago, they launched their first car, which was able to run 394 kilometers with a single charge. Okay, and it's also given on their website that the car was able to achieve a speed of almost 90 kilometers per hour in less than 4 seconds. So I can say that they were one of the game changers in electrical vehicles. In 2012, what they did was another landmark thing. I can say that, for all the electrical vehicles, there's a big challenge. Where do they charge these cars? So in 2012, Tesla built stations called as superchargers in USA and in Europe, which were designed for charging batteries quickly, and that too at no extra cost. So they basically believe in building an ecosystem wherein it's not only buying the cars, but it's also about taking care about how these cars will be quickly charged and they can go very quickly. Okay, so let's now talk about the owner of the company, and who is Mr. Elon Musk. I'm sure everyone has heard about the dream that we now are planning to live on Mars, and the person who has this dream is Mr. Elon Musk. And but if I start talking about that, I would be talking about his another company, which is SpaceX. But let's not go into that. We are right now talking about Tesla and the owner Elon Musk. He was born and brought up in South Africa in Pretoria, but then in 1995 he moved to California. He wanted to pursue PhD, but finally, instead of pursuing PhD in material sciences and physics, he thought of going ahead with business. Now, just listen to the various businesses that I'm talking about. He co-founded with his brother a company which is a web software company. Okay, then he founded X.com, which is an online bank. After that, PayPal was launched. Okay, now such a small variety. Oh my god. First a software company, then what, online bank, then what, PayPal. Okay, I'm sure everyone knows what is PayPal. It's a payment gateway. Okay, then of course now he wanted such a small variety, maybe he wanted to go for more variety, and that is why he started with Tesla. Tesla is what, electrical vehicles and solar, and then what, still a small variety, and then Tesla, and then SpaceX, which is into space. Okay, as the name suggests. I think only Mr. Rajnikant can give a tough fight to Mr. Elon Musk. But jokes apart, I feel running so many companies simultaneously is a huge task, and amazing that such a person does really exist on Earth. Well, what happened on Monday, that is 13th of July, was that the stock price rose 16%, more than 16%. But in the second half, the stock price again cooled down because there were rumors, there were talks that there is a great possibility that there might be another lockdown in California. Okay, but when the stock price had rose up on Monday, it is believed that the stock touched a $321 billion valuation, making it the 10th largest US stock by market capitalization. So if the company is seeing such a big dream run, people are really confused as what happened exactly. I mean, what made the stock price rise so much? Is there any news which is being talked about Tesla? So that's what exactly we are going to discuss in the immediate next section of the video. Well, there is a great speculation about Tesla that the company might be included in S&P 500 index. Okay, now for those who don't know what is S&P 500, S&P is Standard and Poor. Okay, but let's not go into that. I'll tell you a very simple explanation of what is S&P 500. Like India, we have Nifty, we have Sensex. In US, they have S&P 500. Okay, so that is nothing but an index which tracks top 500 companies which are listed on the US stock exchange. Okay, so now there are great rumors that Tesla might be included in S&P 500 index, which it is not included in right now. Okay, now the next question comes up is, what is the eligibility? Which company can enter the S&P 500? There are certain conditions for that. So condition number one, that the company must have a market capitalization which refers to the total value of outstanding shares, which comes to at least $8.2 billion. So check, the very first point has been covered by Tesla. Okay, so it actually ticks the requirement for market capitalization. Number two, company must be in United States, and as I mentioned, yes, it's California based, and so the second point is also checked out. Third one, it should be structured as a corporation which offers a common stock. These are words used in USA. How would I rephrase this in the Indian context? It will be that it should be structured instead of a corporation as a company, and it should offer common stock, means it should issue shares, which it already has. It should be listed on the US stock exchange. It is already listed on the stock exchange. And the fifth one, which is very important, is what I would read out for you. It says that it should have positive as reported earnings, so profitable quarters. Everyone knows that in India also we have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 reports. Q4 we have to report the quarterly earnings. Same thing happens in USA as well. And very important, it says that they should have 4 most recent quarters which should be profitable, and very important, it should also be the most recent quarter which should be profitable. Okay, so 4 recent quarters which should be profitable, including the recent quarter. Okay, now what is the case with Tesla? Out of 4, the recent 4, 3 are profitable. Okay, the fourth one, which is the most recent one, which is expected to be profitable, or if it does turn out to be profitable, then yes, all conditions will be met. Question is, when does it declare its upcoming result? Now it is expected that on or near 22nd of July they would be reporting their earnings. Okay, so near about on 22nd July, when the company reports its earnings, and if it is in positive, then yes, the fifth condition will also be met. Now, would it immediately go into S&P 500? Answer is no. Then there'll be a committee. There's a committee which is known as the index committee. There has to be an approval from this index committee also, and if the index committee gives an approval, there are great chances that yes, Tesla might be included in S&P 500. And now the big question, if Tesla gets included in S&P 500 index, then what's the big deal? Will the share price go up? Understand, see, whenever any company gets included in the index, the mutual funds, which are index funds, they have to buy that stock. Okay, so why is that so? Because any index fund is a mutual fund, basically an index fund which is a mutual fund replicates the index. Okay, so let us say the index has A, B, C, D to Z, so 26 companies assume are there in an index. Okay, index fund is something which invests in all these 26 companies. Okay, now assume that A is a company which goes outside the index. Okay, and another company named as Alpha comes inside the index. Now what these index funds have to do is that they have to sell off A shares and they have to invest into Alpha shares. Understand? Okay, I hope this is very clear. If not, rewind and again watch it. Now what will happen with Tesla? If Tesla comes into S&P 500, it will obviously replace some company in S&P 500. So some company will go away from the index and Tesla will come inside the index. Now if Tesla comes inside the index, all the index mutual funds will have to buy the shares of Tesla. Okay, simple economics, demand supply economics. More and more demand for Tesla shares, again the price will rise. Historically, it has been proven that any company which comes inside the index, the prices seem, majority of the cases prices have gone up. But please understand this, prices don't go up after it is included in the index. It is, see, market always looks ahead. Market senses what is going to happen next. Okay, so if this really happens, if there are great chances that it will be included in S&P 500, Tesla prices might move higher from these levels before even it is confirmed that yes, it will be included in the index. So always remember this: markets try to foresee what will happen, they react before the event and not when the event takes place. Okay, so majority of the move will happen before the event, some small move might happen after the event takes place. I hope this part is clear. It was a little bit technical, but if you want to know more about index funds, if you want to understand what are actively managed mutual funds, what are passively managed mutual funds, we are coming up with a separate series on mutual funds by the end of this month, max to max the very beginning of the next month. And now the big question: can I invest in these shares? Let me be very clear with you. Right now, all the famous discount brokers like Upstocks and Zerodha, they are trying to integrate into their platform wherein we can directly invest into US stocks. But as of now, neither Zerodha nor Upstocks is allowing us to invest directly in US stocks. Okay, but both these brokerage firms are trying their level best to come up with this facility in the coming future, in the near future, I may say. So if you have still not opened the demat account with either Upstocks or Zerodha, check, there is a link in the description box. Okay, so as of now, we just need to wait and watch. There are some apps, there are some brokerage houses. If I'm not mistaken, I guess HDFC allows it, but I have not checked it myself. If you have already tried to invest in US markets through securities like HDFC or any other apps, let me know in the comment section. Even I would love to study more about it, but as of now, I have not tested either of these. Well, that was it about a whole brand new lecture on a foreign company, an American company, Tesla. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your feedback in the comment section as to how did you feel about an analysis, not on an Indian company, but on a foreign company. If you are loving it, I may try to cover companies which are listed outside India at least once a month. We can try to do that so that your knowledge is not limited only to India. Now you have global level knowledge. Okay, so it's fun covering more and more topics. It gives a little bit of diversity to the channel as well. Even I feel good learning more and more about different set of companies. So if you have liked this, if you have liked my attempt to cover a foreign company, do not forget to share this content with your friends on Facebook, Insta, whatever social media channel. If you are liking my channel, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Until then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.